Well, I'm a serial entrepreneur myself. I've started 5 companies, 2 in tech, 1 in clean tech. 2 have failed miserably, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's great learnings. 1 became a lifestyle company for one of my co-founders. 1 is growing super fast at Series A, almost doubling every quarter. And 1 is focused on helping you succeed, and that's Startup Genome. So Startup Genome works with you and 11,000 founders every year across 55 cities, 28 countries, to quantify your experience of your city ecosystem, quantify the problems, and help government and agencies like Axio, who work with us, thank you, to advise them on how they can help you be more successful. And there's a lot of people who count on you to create jobs, be successful, and make it happen. You are the heart of the future economy. 85% of exits come from 10 cities, 4 countries. And within those countries, there's mostly losers also, right? In the US, there's a few cities that create a lot of jobs, San Francisco, New York, right? In the UK, it's London, and Manchester is not doing well, and Leeds not doing well. They're pissed off, right? There's Brexit, there's Trump, right? This is not going well. We need to create more jobs everywhere in the world through technologies. So we're learning from studying 55 cities to see how can you build an ecosystem from scratch and create sustainable scale-ups, creation of scale-ups. So the model shows that the ecosystem's growth, we accumulate experience. And experience means not only starting startups, but scaling up a startup, right? So the engineers, the management, the growth hackers learn. And they grow through resource attraction. At one point, you have enough success that people move into your ecosystem to be part of this. It's important to grow because no startup ecosystem has been able to sustainably create scale-ups unless they're bigger and unless they attract resources from other cities. Local resources are never enough. There's not enough knowledge, enough capital, and therefore you want to attract to be able to be bigger and create scale-ups. So this is what this chart says, is that bigger ecosystem see their startups valuation grow more rapidly, right? And when startups valuation grow rapidly, right, they're the ones that get funding, Series B, C, and they become scale-ups, and the others don't. You need to tell the world, no, we have enough resources and know-how here. Come join us because we make it happen big. It's possible. Local resources are not enough. All of those ecosystems that are bigger have attracted resources from outside. And Barcelona is just at the tipping point of this acceleration that we call going from activation to the globalization stage. And it's happening because you're being super successful at creating exits. Look at the growth rate, incredible. One of the most impressive growth in exits that we've seen across the 55 cities we've studied. Right, from 1 exits to 21 in a year, right? Amazing. But even more impressive is you've started being able to create $100 million scale-ups. You build community, but at one point it's not enough, and you need to go global. And that means really connecting to the rest of the world of what's going on in the world of startups. What are the latest unmet needs? What's failed? What's succeeded that I can get inspired from, and create really a globally leading startup. So it comes from global connectedness. You're connected to people in San Francisco and everywhere. You know what's going on. And you're able to create the latest and greatest thing in your space. And when you do that, you're able to reach global customers because of that potential. You're the first doing something, or the second, or third, right? And then when you do that, when you're able to get the attention of global users, now suddenly you accelerate, you raise more money, you become a scale-up. Hopefully, at one point, you exit an IPO or exits, you return resources to the ecosystem, experience, and if it's big enough exits, as we saw, now you start helping the ecosystem attract more resources, and with that, you have more global connections, because people come from outside with their relationships and their knowledge. It's not about size. It's really about entrepreneur networks with Silicon Valley, New York, London, Berlin, Tel Aviv, Singapore, and Shanghai. This is what correlates with being able to sell not to the country next door, but outside your continent. And these are the startups that accelerate. So you need to go global Barcelona. When we look at your connectedness, right, it's pretty good. It's higher than median, right, which means you're really moving to the next stage, but it's still low compared to others, right? Amsterdam, Berlin, London, Tel Aviv, much better. Tel Aviv is the great success of being able to go global from a small country that's not part of the European Union, not part of the US, right? They're extremely connected. So you are doing okay, but you need to do more. You need to branch out. You need to go outside. You need to leverage the fact that you have a lot of foreign employees and foreign entrepreneurs around you, right? Ask them for introductions in other countries, how to go talk to investors, to customers outside. And be more ambitious about going global. Thank you.